to Real Talk Day. I'm Michael Liptak here with Sydney McIntyre. This past week at the Masters, Jordan Spieth, he became the youngest player since Tiger Woods to win the Masters. He shot a 18 under, and it's tied for one of the best ever since it's tied for the best with Tiger Woods for the best record at the Masters. And Sydney, she's our avid golfer. She used to be a golfer on the CSU Pueblos team. What did you think about his performance and being one of the youngest? He's only 21 years old. What were your thoughts when you see how dominant he was throughout this entire competition?
Well, I think it was interesting because a lot of people kind of were on the edge. They didn't know if he was going to fall short towards the end of the tournament, and they were, pulling for him as a young golfer and as the youngest golfer to win. But I think a lot of people thought that he was going to, start struggling towards the end. And I was just really proud of him because he showed, everybody and golfers themselves what it means to, work hard and just follow through on it, just like following through on your swing. And I think it was cool for him too. And showing, there are still people coming up and there are still young people that are wanting to succeed in the game and the sport of golf. So it just, I don't know, it made me happy as a golfer myself too, to see somebody like that come up, and he's just an up and rising golfer. And then behind him, I think with 14 under was another golfer, and Mickelson, yeah, Phil Mickelson, and I was pretty excited about that too because I'm a fan of him. So it was good.
It's really remarkable. He's only 21 years old, and with the win, he jumps Rory McIlroy for the #1 golfer in the world right now. So he's really on a tear. Now let's look at Tiger Woods. He went on a sabbatical after a bad performance at the Phoenix Open a couple weeks ago. He shot 5 under and tied for 17th with Sergio Garcia. What did you make of how Tiger Woods came back, shooting 5 under? Do you think that this is kind of a positive sign, or do you think that it's kind of a new Tiger that we're kind of seeing?
I think it was just a point where people needed to let him come back. People needed to let him get back into the game of the swing of things and get back into the game of golf mentally and physically. Because I know he had some knee injuries and he had some back injuries as well. And when you're at a certain age, when you're not carrying, but when he goes out and walks, sometimes he probably carries his bags. But when you're swinging and you're doing all of the physical activity, it takes a toll on your body after several years. And I think now that they let him get back into it and take time and rest and do things the proper way, I think it's showing in his golf game. And he's actually coming back and he's performing as the golfer that we all know he is. And for somebody to have done so well throughout his golf career, that can't go away. There's a natural talent there that he will always hold. It's like getting on a bike and riding again. Just for a little while you might need to put your feet down, but as you keep going, you can pedal on.
What's it like as a golfer when you're starting to doubt yourself mentally? Tiger Woods, he hasn't won at the Masters in about 10 years, close to 8 years or so with winning a major period. What is that mentality like when you kind of start to doubt yourself? A lot of people think Tiger might be doubting himself and he's not as confident as he used to be. What is it like having just when you're doubting yourself on the golf course like that?
It's difficult. For me, I golfed in high school, and I was the first female from my high school to make it to the girls' state championship my senior year. And so when you hit those moments in your life where it gives you, the fire and, the drive to succeed and to continue on, I went to Otero Junior College in La Junta, and I golfed, and I did fairly well. I probably could have spent more time with my game to make myself and put myself on a different level in the sport itself. But when you start doubting yourself in the game of golf, hole by hole, shot by shot, you have to just let things go. Because for me and everybody else that's a golfer can relate to this, if you keep dwelling on your shot, one shot after another, and you're not playing well, it's not helping you. So if you kind of do, this is what people say is the 10-step Tiger. And it's what Tiger Woods does, and he takes 10 steps, and that's all he can. He can dwell on it. He can talk about how bad that last shot was and just say everything to get his mind back in the game. And then after those 10 steps, that's it. You focus on your next shots, and you focus on getting the ball where you need to go, straight down the fairway into the hole. And I think for a lot of people, they struggle with that. But once you can master that, once you can get over that little hill, like my brother Matthew says, then you'll be all right. So as far as doubting yourself, there will be times in your life, regardless of if you're 6 or 60, there's going to be times that you hit where you're like, this game, and just you hate it, but you love it. So that's kind of where I stand on it.
If you'd like to join the conversation, follow us on our Facebook page. Let us know what you think about Jordan Spieth being the youngest Masters winner since Tiger Woods. And let us know what you thought of Tiger Woods' performance overall. Let us know and we'll get back to you.
Met this girl late last year. She said, don't you worry if I disappear. I told her I'm not really looking for another mistake. I called